back to another weekly vlog. Welcome if you are new. Today is Monday and I've done sprinty to chatters because I'm not doing them on Tuesday this week because I have plans on Tuesday. I have done some reading. I'm gonna update you on some things that I'm currently reading, things that I'm hoping to get to this week, what the plan's gonna be. Plans did slightly change because I was invited for an interview on Thursday, very little notice given, and I have to do a presentation. So part of my evening this evening was spent preparing some of that presentation. I need to take it to work and let my manager look over it tomorrow to see if I can add anything else onto it, but I've done the most of it. I might need to cut some bits out because I did ramble a bit. Ignore this that I call a fringe. I haven't finished Bookshops and Bone Dust or Swordsman's Lament because last week, just back end of the week, I just went so fast. I don't know what the hell I was doing with my life at that point. I need to film this week as well because I realised, although I knew I was going to London, I didn't realise that I hadn't filmed my TBR until Andy mentioned it on Sprints tonight. So I'm just gonna give you what I want to read this week, what I want to finish, what I'm hoping to get to, you know, all the good shit. So I would love to finish Swordsman's Lament this week so that I can get that vlog at least finished so that I can edit it next week when I'm back. I would love to get Bookshops and Bone Dust finished because I'm now 63% in. Am I? Let me have a look. I'm 63% in on that one. I've also started 3 buddy reads this week. And I know you think that this is a lot, but just bear with. So I've started Blood and Honey. This is YA. This is the second in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. I don't know if this is called the Serpent and Dove trilogy or if it's called Blood and Honey. I don't know what the trilogy is called. But the trilogy that starts with Serpent and Dove. I've got 50 pages-ish into this. And I'm buddy reading this with Lindsay. So far, it's very intriguing. We're just being introduced back to the characters. And it picks up where we left off at the end of book 1, which is brilliant. Perfect. Just what I wanted. That is going to be my easy read for this week because I do also have 2 thickums to read this week. So this one is Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. I will be reading some of these pages before I go to sleep tonight, and I will be tabbing them, not with these ones, with some different coloured tabs, and hopefully get some pages read of this tonight before I go to sleep, because I'm buddy reading this with Hattie this week. And then the other one I'm reading is, I don't know if I'm holding these up, it's Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. The first pages of this are very intriguing. Me and Meg and Chloe reading this for the first Laura Long, is that what it's called? But we're behind on it. So me and Meg are reading this because Chloe's not in sort of like the fantasy mood right now. So me and Meg are reading this. I did start Unbound earlier. There isn't on my TBR now. I got about 3 chapters into that and then I realised that because I had to do the presentation for this job interview that I've got on Thursday, and I do have 3 buddy reads plus these 2 that I want to finish. Although these 2 shouldn't technically take me that long, it's still putting a lot of pressure on myself. And I travel to London on Friday. What I'm going to try and do is, if I can get a decent way through these buddy reads this week and or finish one of them and finish these 2, then I will read Unbound on the way down to London on Friday. Some of the books that I've got my obligation reads, I am still reading them, but they're not necessarily needed until like the first week in June, so I can read them the start of next week. But we'll see. I'm just gonna try and mosey on through what I can this week. If it means reading ahead on a couple of the buddy reads, I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal. I'll just give my thoughts, feelings and ponderances as and when I finish what I finish. And yeah, so I might not update you tomorrow, I don't know, it depends on the situation and when I get home from work. If I don't update you tomorrow, I will update you on Wednesday, and I will let you know how my readings are going. Hi guys, today is Tuesday. I was supposed to be going out today, but plans have changed, so I'm in, and I've read some things. So I've started Blood and Honey, my buddy Readalongs I, Jardine, and we started this yesterday. It's very intriguing. I am worried already, and we're only like 100 pages in. I don't know what to do. I just don't. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. I haven't started Hunger of the Gods yet. I'm just gonna pretend that doesn't exist at the moment. Tonight, plan of action is edit my haul video and then continue with Abercrombie Before They Are Hanged and get some of my buddy read pages of Hunger of the Gods read, and then I'm almost finished with Bookshops and Bone Dust, and then I can get a review done for that, and I'm almost finished with Solomon's Lament. I did start flagging yesterday. I did go to bed and read, but then I started flagging, so I didn't want to rush. I'm really enjoying taking my time with Bookshops and Bone Dust. Like every single time I've read Legends and Lattes, I've read it in one sitting, and although like it is one of my favourites of all time, the coziness, the character development, everything is just amazing. The writing style, narration, and just it encompasses like 10 out of 10. Do recommend, but I've got it through it quite quickly. This is a different side of Viv, and it's when she was younger. She's still a mercenary. She's a bit more antsy, and seeing this different side of her, I kind of like I'm enjoying getting to know this Viv, and the characters are a bit more fleshed out in this one, the side characters. So I'm really enjoying just taking my time with that, and it's fun not feeling like I need to rush through books. Yes, I've got a lot on my TBR, I've got a lot to read, but I'm really genuinely enjoying just chilling with Viv. And it's a book about books, so she finds this bookstore in this town when she's having to stay somewhere to recover after an accident when she was fighting, and she sits and reads books in a bookshop, and she's getting into reading. It's cute and it's cozy and it's fun, and I'm just having the best time. Solomon's Lament is really good. I'm very intrigued, and I feel like I'm going to want to pick up the second book straight away, and I can't, so that's going to stress me out, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It'll be great. I am also being sent a book to be a read for Thomas Howard Riley. For those of you who don't know, the thickums that is with Breaking Mortals has been on my TBR for a while, and we'll be getting read in June, fingers crossed. And The Monsters We Feed is a second book from him. It's not part of the same series. It's a different book altogether, different story, and that is in Spiffbo. So you know that I am going to be chasing that bad boy and devouring that for Spiffbo 9. I've got so many books by so many authors that they've already been on my radar that are in Spiffbo 9 that I just want to get through in the next couple of months. So you will hear me talk about Spiffbo 9 a lot, and you will hear me talk about indie books a lot, because that is going to be predominantly what I'm reading going forward for Spiffbo 9. And in general, I'm gravitating more towards indie books than traditionally published books, like I said before, other than authors that I already know and love, like De Castell, like Leigh Bardugo, like Shelby Mahurin's kind of going up there with these two books so far, so I'm really loving that. And, you know, Sarah J Maas, those kinds of authors that I already know, like tried and true books that I love. Contemporary, on the other hand, I'm going down a contemporary route that is just, it's a problem, and additional bookcases may be required, okay? And I need just a quiet extra space in this flat, and I don't know how to do this. So that's pretty bad. But anyway, you're not here to listen to my life crisis It's not really a midlife crisis. It's like a 35-year-old life crisis about books and reading and just first world problems. I know. Anyway, I'm gonna head off now, edit, read, and just chill. So, peace out. Hi friends, does it look like I've not moved from this position? Yes. Am I wearing the same comfy jumper that I was yesterday? Also yes. But it is in fact a different day. And I have an update on my reading. That was really badly sung. But I'm going to leave it in there because why the fucking not? So, I have some books to show you. Surprise! I got books. So, none of these are purchased with actual dollar bills. I had some Waterstones credit and I wanted to pre-order some things, but then I also remembered after watching Becca's haul that I hadn't ordered this book. And have I read the first one? No. But I don't know why I've done this. Am I also moving away from YA? Yes. But Becca really enjoyed this first one. And although some of our tastes differ, we do have quite a lot of similar tastes. And I've reread the synopsis of the first one, Twin Crowns, and I think I'm going to like this one, this series. So I'm just going to put on my big girl pants and read it at some point. But this is the pretty cover, these are the pretty edges, and I used my £10 Waterstone credit to get this. So I spent none of my own cashola. I was then kindly gifted another Scribd 9 book because this caught my attention. 1, because of the cover, 2, because of the title, 3, because of the creatures that are in it, and 4, because of our synopsis. So we have a new book about dragons and the dragon egg. Look how colourful. I mean, the only downside is that it's glossy, but, you know, it is what it is. It's a stunning cover, and I love the array of colours. The first line alone pulled me in. So, smart, sassy, and sanguine, de mildew, I don't know how to say it's D-E-S, Des Mildew, is a travelling sellsword in Rescalin, a dry and dusty kingdom full of rogues, opportunists and thieves. Do I need to know more than that? No, but I'm going to carry anyway because you might need to read this as well. You can purchase it, it's available. She keeps her nose clean, brazens it out with a blade when she can't, and keeps others at arm's length where they can't mess up her plans. That is until a sword fight gone wrong leaves her tied by blood to the first dragon hatched in centuries. Suddenly, Des has to contend with a new voice in her head. Haughty, willful, Esquidamelian, I think that's how you say his name. He, she, they, I don't know. Des wants to leave Scribd by the roadside, but the blood bond has other ideas. With half the world on their tail, including Liv, her beautiful, faithless ex, who Des is definitely over, Des must search for answers for why so many are willing to kill, maim and torture to get their hands on Scribd. But she's beginning to suspect her blood bond has tied her not only to a dragon, but to a fight for a Skyland's future, and no one else even knows it's a risk. It looks small, like short, but then, do not be deceived, my friends. The inside. This happens a lot with indie books because they charge by page count. Like, the writing tends to be smaller so that you get charged for less pages, which makes sense. But I'm excited to read this. So this is gonna go on my shelf here that's currently got 2, 4, 6, 7 physical Scribd books. I am getting a couple more in the post, which I'm so excited about, and I have many a book for Scribd 9 on my Kindle / wishlist on Amazon. Reading wise, I'm not going to hold the books up because, as always, I've put them in reading dust jacket thingies from Book Best Day, and there's no point me showing you the covers because the covers are not there. So I'm now a bit of more of a way into before they are hanged. And I still do not know what the plot is. I still I'm very intrigued about what's going on with the plot. But the slow character development, the drip feeding of the politics in the world, and all that kind of stuff is keeping me intrigued. It's not slow to a point where it's boring and I'm like, I want to skim the pages and find out what's happening. I want to know what's happening because in my impatient brain I'm like, what the frick is going on? But also, I'm enjoying getting to know the characters and the very tentative bonds that some of them are starting to make, and that kind of thing. Still dislike Giselle immensely, but we move. Glock 2 is great. Should I like him? No. Does he torture people? Yes. Did I want to read a torture scene whilst I was having my tea last night? No. But I should have known not to eat while listening to Joe Abercrombie. But I didn't learn from book 1. I then continued with Blood and Honey. Me and Lindsay are buddy reading this. However, we have both said that we are so deep into it now, and we are getting so interested with what events are coming up, that we might like read ahead a little bit. So we might finish it before. Well, we just read 50 pages a day, and I knew that it'd be fast reading 50 pages anyway, but the speed in which we're reading it, but also the pacing of the book is, I just want to devour it all, the same way I did Serpent and Dove. So I did consult with Lindsay before deciding to read ahead, but we're gonna read more than the 50 pages, and then whenever we finish it, or as we continue, we'll just give thoughts. Yeah, fab. Tomorrow I have an interview in the afternoon, so I am fully prepped for the interview. The clothes for the interview I need to get ready tonight because I'm going to work for the first half of the day, and I'm nervous. This is like the biggest opportunity I've had, the biggest interview I've ever had. I think I've said this before, if you were to meet work Lisa and out of work Lisa, you would not think I was the same person. In work, I'm organised, I'm focused, I you know, I can lead teams, I can guide people and coach people and train people. Outside of work, it's like a switch flicks, and then all sensible Lisa, workhead Lisa, goes out the window, boxes closed and put to one side, and then you get the mess. Thank you for the people that put up with me. I appreciate you all. Vokton. So, love you and leave you. Gonna love you and leave you. Gonna love you and leave you. Gonna love you and leave you. Bye. Hello friends. We are on Wednesday. Did I update you earlier? I can't remember. Did I? I can't remember if I showed you the books I received. If I did, you're welcome. If I didn't, all will come soon. I am, what am I doing? I've almost finished Blood and Honey. I think I've got like 2 hours left. So I've put that down for a wee whale. And then I've got like, it's about 9:30ish, 10ish. I'm gonna crack on and finish Bookshops and Bone Dust. I'm partway through my pages of Before They Are Hanged. I won't be updating you again today. We do have the podcast tomorrow. What is going on with my hair? We do have the podcast tomorrow, and I am on Becca's sprints before the podcast, so I will be trying to get some of Hunger of Gods done. And I don't know what I'm going to do for the weekend, because I don't want to take this thickums down to London with me, but I also don't want to read this without reading along with it, because especially with the world building of this is crazy. It's complex, it's high fantasy, it's very in depth, so, and it's very fast paced between the different POVs, loads of names, so I need to read along when I listen to it. I might see if I can get hold of Eldest and or Vicious audios and listen to some of them. Or I might do a spin the wheel and take my ebook with me, my Kindle, and read one of my ebooks that I need to read for Spiffbo. That might be an option. But we'll see. I'll speak to you soon. Hello! Guess where I am?
Hi.
I'm with Chloe.
Hi.
We are, well, we've been talking all afternoon.
I mean, you've been here for 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Like, so it's not all afternoon.
Well, yeah. And then
I was working for a fair amount of the afternoon.
She was working. She was.
I was on a, I should point this out in case my manager's watching it. I don't think she is. I was on a training course and she got here when I finished the training course, but I was still reading through paperwork and then I logged off like 10 minutes later.
There we go.
Anyway.
So my travel down here today was a ride.
The worst you've had it.
Well, wasn't the worst, but I was rushing out the door this morning, so I did take my pain meds, yay for me. And then the coach was
Andy's
like,
gonna be so mad at you watching this.
I'm sorry, Andy.
Take your meds. I mean, Andy didn't take her own meds.
But then the coach was supposed to be at 10 to 7, and it didn't come till like 20 to 8. So I was stood up for that whole time, and my feet were burning. And then I got into London, and I almost sweated to death because up north it wasn't quite cool, and then I got into London and I was like, wow, sweatbox, which was fun.
But now it's cool again because the sun's
nice and cool. And I finally got to Chloe's, which wasn't that difficult to find. It was easy to get to Chloe's than Becca's, and I didn't go the wrong way this time.
And we gave her very specific instructions.
She did. The texts were very, very specific.
Yeah,
so
it's like, you need to go in this direction on this line, and then you need to swap to this. It's probably going to be on this platform. There is a lift here.
And tonight, I suggested we watch Schmigadoon because she's been wanting to get me to watch it for ages, and I said I was going to watch it.
And I will suffer through watching it again.
My battery's dying, so I'm going to go now. We're going to watch Schmigadoon and maybe some more Schmicago, and I will probably come back on later and tell you how amazing it was. So, peace out.
Bye. Hello, I'm now taking over Lisa's vlog because she has left her camera at my house, and I thought I would just come on and say hi. I will give you an update on what her day has been. I'm sure, like, I don't know, she may have filmed like on her phone, but I thought I would just give a surprise clip for her when she comes to edit. We have spent last night and today watching Schmigadoon and Schmicago because everyone should watch those things. I feel like I need to come on here and tell you all about these. They're on Apple TV Plus. It is a show all about musicals, and this people get stuck in a musical and they have to try and figure their way out of it, and I love it so much. So we've watched that. She gave it 5 stars. She has put it in our group chat that it is 5 stars. Hopefully she will confirm this in a future clip. We also watched The Prom on Netflix, which is also a musical. Is anyone surprised? And she is now on her way to Becca's house, but she left her camera here. So I don't know if you're getting clips for the rest of the weekend, but I thought I would just give you a little update now. So yeah, Lisa, as chaotic as you expect her to be. She literally left and sent a message like 5 minutes later saying, I think I've left my camera at your house, and I had to go and find it. And yeah, she's a fun one to be friends with. Bye.
Hi guys, sorry I didn't vlog yesterday at all, I don't think. But me and Chloe watched Schmicago, and I can 100% recommend Schmigadoon and Schmicago, and I will be going home to watch them again and again and again. Like, honestly, they're great. 10 out of 10 do recommend. However, this angle might be a bit weird for you right now because in typical me fashion, I left something at a friend's house, and that something being my camera at Chloe's. So, say hi to Rebecca.
Ignore the mess, I'm doing bookcases.
So yeah, tomorrow, kindly, Chloe, amazing Chloe, is meeting me at Victoria Station before I go home to give me my camera. So I was freaking out a bit about that. But today is Blogger Project Comic Con, where we're not gonna spend any money.
Yeah, we would never do that.
No, we're going to do a book thing, and not
to
gonna.
be fair, we probably won't spend things at the book part of it. It's when we get let loose in Comic Con.
Yeah.
It's the issue.
Yeah.
That's when we're gonna spend money.
Yeah. I totally haven't already thought about potentially going to find a D&D store.
Oh, there'll be loads.
That I can get some dice at, because I haven't also got a subscription coming next week. But anyway, we're gonna go now because we're gonna be going for the bus tube thing, and we will see you all. You'll see some B-roll of Comic Con at some point.
Yay!
Hi guys, it's Monday, so I'm just gonna wrap this vlog up here. Don't know how much I filmed over the weekend, but had so much fun as always. I did get a chance to spend time with Chloe, and unfortunately Meg wasn't there, but she had a good excuse really. She was looking after Barney for the weekend, so you know, next time I'll get to see Meg as well. But I got a chance to meet their roommate, and she's lovely. And then we watched Schmigadoon and Schmicago. I will be rewatching. I 100% will be rewatching all of that series. And when the next series comes out, I'll be watching that too. It is so good. I highly, highly recommend. Then obviously yesterday was Comic-Con Blogger Brunch, and I spent $0. $0. Some pounds though were spent. First off, we're going to start with the things I didn't pay for. So in this lovely little tote bag were some goodies. I'm going to show you what the goodies were. And it seems like we got more this time than last time. And the room was bigger, so I feel like these events are getting more popular, which is great. The event was held by Black Crow PR, but the publisher behind it all is Tor. So it was great. We got these little lanyards. We then got some other little paper goodies. So we did get a pin badge, which was the one for my enemy. We then got a bookmark from Dark Dweller by Gareth Worthington, and the conversation we had with Gareth was great. He lives in Switzerland at the moment with his family, and he has 2 children that are on the autistic spectrum, and we had a really good conversation about that and how I need to pick up one of his other books, and if I remember it, it's Caution something. I should have written it down when he told me, but that is like a thriller, but the main character is autistic, and the way that he's described it, and I know thrillers aren't my kind of thing generally, but coming from a parent of 2 children, and the way that he like raises awareness for people with autism and stuff, it is great. We had a really good conversation about that, and really good, really, on 15 minutes. And we also had a really good conversation around the way that he publishes his books. You know, he's already looking to get some of his books adapted into like films and stuff. So that whole thing was brilliant. And this is some of the artwork that's in his book. It's stunning, stunning. And then we've got a print from Shanghai Immortal, and it's brilliant because the character is actually holding the book, which is cute. We got a character print. I got Nico de Verona. I haven't read Atlas 6 yet, but I did have another character, but one of the girls that we got talking to really loved that character, so I was like, do you want to swap? Because I don't know these characters, and she really, really wanted the one that I had, so I swapped it for this one. And then there's a bookmark one for my enemy. There is In the Lives of Puppets bookmark. And then this cute little Comic-Con bookmark. And I did get 2. I think this is a transferable, like, temporary tattoo. I don't know what that's from, but then we got a Combat Codes temporary tattoo. And that was what we were gifted in the goodie bag, along with some arcs. Now, this one is a floppy thickums and has a bit of dirt on the sides, which don't know how that got there, but this is The Sun in the Void. I have pre-ordered the Waterstones version of this. It's very shiny. Can you see all the foiling? And the one from Waterstones, I think, has purple on it, but this was very, I don't know how to pronounce the name. I'm going to try and pronounce it. It's Gabriela Romero La Cruz, I think, but this was an extra that was put on a table, and people were just like, grab one if you want one. So that was that. And then these are the ones that we got in the goodie bag. So it's the Atlas Paradox. Yeah, Atlas Paradox, which is 1 of 200 proof copies, and I got number 119 of 200. I will be keeping this until I read the Atlas 6, and I'll see if I like it, and then if I do, I will continue with this. I love this colour in it. And then the one that I received as well with Bride of the Tornado, I had never heard of this before, and I didn't read the synopsis when we got it. I was like, oh, this is cool. I've never heard this before, but I'll give it a go. It's by James Kennedy, and it's Stephen King's The Mist meets David Lynch's Twin Peaks. Now, we all know how I feel about Stephen King from the one book I've read, and as long as this little book does not have the amount of exposition that Stephen King likes to put in his books, then I'm sure I will find it quite enjoyable. I am trying to read more outside my comfort zone with regards to genres, and the synopsis for this one actually does really intrigue me. It's about sentient tornadoes on Tornado Day. An unusual concept, and I've not heard of any books using that as a concept before, so that will be very interesting. And it's in a small town tucked away in Midwestern cornfields, so it also gives me like crop circle vibes. I saw a couple of other people getting this arc, and I went up to the lovely people who were there helping out with the event, and I was like, would you mind if I swapped an arc? And they were like, it's okay, here you go. And I got my hands on a physical copy. Okay, I squealed, almost cried, nearly fell over. Not gonna lie, Becca will attest to that. Nearly fell over because I was just super excited and my body was just like meh. And I finished reading this on the way down to London on ebook, and I kid you not, 5 stars, would recommend, 10 out of 10. All the feels, all the awesomeness. I will be giving a full review on this. Possible spoilers in there, but I will try and keep it as spoiler free as possible. But this was a vibe. A cozy, cute, amazing vibe. And I'm so happy that I have a physical copy. This is officially out near the end of the year, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Travis will be at the Comic-Con that's usually around October time. And if he's at that one, and there's another blogger brunch where he will be talking with people, you bet your bottom dollar I'm getting this one signed. And even if I don't get invited to the next blogger brunch, if he is at the Comic Con next time, I will be getting a coach down, even if it means getting a coach there and then overnight coaching it and then getting the coach back the same day. I don't care. I will be getting this to him to sign. Yeah, and that is everything from the tour goodie bag. We had like pastries and coffee, and the authors were great. We had a really good conversation with TJ Clune. Kiss. I did kind of get a bit overexcited about Ox from Wolfsong and just have a bit of a chat. Oh, it was great. And then I took this for TJ to sign, and it says be like Chauncey, and I love it. It's adorable. He's adorable. All the adorableness happened yesterday, and I'm still not over how amazing it is. We did also meet some girls, one called Abby Patrick, and in one of these books is a signature from Abby Patrick. I will leave her links down below. She's a self-published author. She's done interviews with people on how to grow your Bookstagram and things, and she's also done some fiction, and the one called Fallen Kingdom, which is a Snow White retelling, but she's not a good Snow White. She's a murderous Snow White, which as soon as me and Becca heard that, we were like, yes, down for it. So we've followed her on Instagram, and I've saved her book on my wish list, and I will leave the link down below. If a murderous Snow White retelling grabs your fancy, then I would have, and the artwork on the front of it, peak. There's also a girl called Rosie Talbot who, there's a book called 16 Hours or 16th Hour, I think. Again, I will leave the link down below. We spoke to her, but only briefly. I think she was self-published, but I think she's been picked up now. Her books were in Forbidden Planet, and they are also available on Amazon as well. So again, I will leave the links down below. Next up, we have books that I was gifted by 2 lovely friends. So I asked a couple of my friends to give me a series recommendation that I haven't read yet for something that I'm doing with videos. Chloe was like, well, I'm getting special editions of these, and I love this series, and I know that it's technically like a Gem and Meg rec, but The Raven Cycle was Chloe's pick, and I need to actually, I hope I like this, because now 3 of my friends, I think Becca's read them as well. At least 3 of my friends really enjoy this series. So I feel like I'll be a huge disappointment if I don't. So I'm hoping that I do. I was then gifted a book by the lovely Smash. So it's Black Widow Forever Read. And obviously, Black Widow is one of my favourite characters. We had this discussion a while ago that she had a copy of a book about Black Widow. And we just haven't had the time to like meet on whatever. But yeah, this was gifted by Smash, so thank you very much, Smash. And Dead Man Wonderland. Becca was so excited to read this that she bought 2 copies. So she's gifted me one. So thank you very much, Becca. And I'm so excited to get to this. Just another series of manga to start. And then we're going to go on to the things that I did not purchase with dollars. These were not purchased with dollars. I'm just going to keep saying that. So first up we have Vox Machina. So if you watch my lives and my videos, I generally film in front of my computer. And the back wall is just bare. So I have recently found quite a few things that interest me. On top of books and things. A few things that I'm really into. In case you hadn't noticed, maybe D&D, maybe Attack on Titan. Haven't talked about Attack on Titan that much because, I mean, I think I would like chew your ear off about it. But this series, thank you very much, Smash, for introducing me to the world of D&D and these people here. The brilliant. So I couldn't not get this. And then I got some stickers too. And this is by an artist called Alice Illustrates. She does have an Etsy store, and she did get some bookmarks. I did get some of her bookmarks last year. There was some spooky bookmarks around Halloween time, and Catherine told me where her Etsy was and sent me a link to her Etsy. Yeah, it was great. And we had like a really good discussion around D&D, and we met a guy who makes dice boxes, and he's made them himself, and he's learned how to like mass produce them, and he's going to put like different sculptures on top for different types of characters and races and things. It was lovely talking to people about D&D, and there was literally no judgment whatsoever that I was new to the whole thing, and that me and Becky were pretty new, and that we've not even done our first campaign yet. The people that we spoke to were very much just like, oh my god, welcome, you will love it. I just appreciate that so much, because I was like, I've never played it before, and this is my first like introduction to it, and they were all like, wow, there's so much to come. And it was just like, it was great. I may have purchased a little dice bag and 2 stickers. So for those of you who don't know, I went on Hero Forge and created a character for the one shot Ash has arranged, but I also created a Dragonborn. So yeah, so that one says ask me about my D&D characters, and this one says Seth +5, because I'm giving my character an extra attribute. So, and then to go in said dice bag, I bought a set of dice. So this is from a company called Critical Kit, who I also have not subscribed to get 2 dice sets per month. And that is not all, friends, that is not all. So these are not for me. Did get 2 of these. These are Digital Monsters, and these little mystery boxes. Like I said, these weren't for me, these were a gift. And other things that I purchased. So I did buy books. The things I didn't buy were like Funkos and manga. So I did get this signed by Mr. Darwin himself, and we had another fantabulous conversation about the martial arts that he teaches. He teaches grappling, and it was very interesting, and hearing about the book and how it came to pass. And it was one of those Spiffbo 7 finalists, I think, or 8. No, Spiffbo 7 finalists, alongside Justin, who released The Lost War, also picked up by Tor. So, or was he picked up by Orbit? I can't remember. They were both picked up at the same time. I picked this up because I loved the synopsis, but then I saw that Adrian Tchaikovsky said, a fierce and compelling story of love, life and loss. So that seems like something that's going to be a fine, funky, fresh and fantabulous ride. I'm not going to cry at all, I don't think. She lies. And then Shanghai Immortal. I caved. I looked at this, it said half vampire, half fox spirit, all trouble. I didn't need to read any more than that. Purchased it. Also, I love her signature. She's put Lisa, hope you enjoy. And that there is like a stamp that she puts before all of her signatures. Absolute diamond. She's Canadian and she lives in London. It is brilliant. And I'm really excited to read this at some point in my life. And finally, this is the last book that I purchased, and it is only one of 40. So this was Gareth Worthington, who we met and had a chat to. Oh, that's not the last thing I purchased. Something's just slid out. And this is basically something he wrote when he was having like an existential crisis. Which sounds really dramatic, but also very intriguing. And this is, like I said, only one of 40 that was produced. So it's like a special limited edition. I didn't know this when I purchased it. So that's fun. And it was already signed when I got it from Forbidden Planet. But it says, to Lisa, we were never alone. And he signed it again and dedicated it to me. So the reason that I picked this up, or one of the reasons, was because it's very small. Like size-wise. But also, every so often, there's like, I think there's like 4 or 5 of these massive illustrations throughout the book. And like, when I say that it's only small, you've got some pages that are just like this. And this is the author that basically, the books that he's releasing going forward, is working with like screenwriters, so that his books will be easily adapted to film. We had a whole conversation about it, and there's another. So yeah, I don't know where this is. This is like the most oddly shaped book compared to everything else on my shelves. So I have absolutely no idea where this is going to fit. I'm just going to have to slide it in somewhere. But there was that. And then the last thing, the very, very, very last thing that I purchased is this. But this isn't for me, this is for Jem. Because, in case you didn't know, she likes Attack on Titan. So, I bought her this. This is Eren. This is Mikasa. If you haven't met them, get to know them. Because Mikasa is a badass. But this is obviously them as kids. It is cute. And this scene where he gives her the scarf. Just adorable. Adorable. And that was my very small haul from Black Crow PR, Tour, MCM Comic Con Blogger Brunch, and MCM Comic Con on Sunday. I was really good that I didn't have the money to go and meet Sebastian de Castell on the Friday, but I'll just have to wait till another point in my life to meet him. I'm sure he'll be releasing more books and coming to do some more tours now that COVID's lifted, so I'm just going to hope and pray that I get to meet him next time he's around in the UK. That's the end of the vlog. I don't know how long this is going to be. Y'all know that I do love to chat. So thank you very much for joining me. I very much appreciate you all. If you do like me, you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you are here and you want to let me know you're here, if you don't have anything to say, please leave a black heart. It's very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy what you are reading / doing, and I'll see you all very soon.
Every time I